All right, so we were actually out in Alabama Hills, a remote area in Lone Pine, California, between Death Valley and Mount Whitney. It's known for its rock structures, and it's a super remote area. A lot of people go camping here, but there wasn't many people out there this time, so we're kind of the only people out here. And we made a plan earlier to go to this larger rock structure to get some drone footage, and on our way we found this cad with a can stuck on its head. So he was on the ledge just right above us, so I tried to sneak up on him so he wouldn't like get scared and run away. But I did startle him anyway, and he did scratch me pretty bad. I was able to get a hold of him, I comforted him a little bit, and then I tried to remove the can off of his head, and it was just too stuck. There was no way it was coming off. I knew we'd have to take him back to the van and somehow get this thing off.
How long do you think it's been stuck like that? What do we do?
Grab my backpack. Can you give me a paper towel?
You don't want to cut it.
All right, so we did look up pet hospitals in the area. Lone Pine is the closest town, and it was like 30 minutes away. And of course, the only pet hospital in town was actually closed 6 days out of the week. So we knew we'd have to be the ones to help him. Now that he's a little more calm, I tried to wiggle the can off of his head. It just wasn't budging. We ended up getting some olive oil. I thought that maybe if I can get it in between the cat's head and the can, it would just kind of slide off, but that didn't help either. So we're trying to brainstorm at this point, see what kind of tools we have in the van that can help us get this thing off, because it just was not moving.
Do you have anything to cut it off? Like apply, like I have that multi-tool. What about some soap and water? What do you need? I'll get it. Poor thing. Be careful.
So I knew we didn't have anything in the van to cut the can off. I did have these pliers, and I was cautious of where I put the pliers. I was just trying to get it in between the cat's head and on the edge of the can, just try to pull the can out a little bit, hopefully loosen up the grip that it had around the cat's head. It just still wasn't budging.
You want me to get the multi-tool and see if there's anything that will work?
You can. At this point, we're a bit concerned of like how the oxygen was inside the can since he was stuck. So we got a can opener, we started opening it up. Hindsight, I should have just opened it up a little bit. I ended up finding out that, hey, opening up all the way maybe wasn't the best idea, because now he had like a visual line of sight of what's in front of him, as to where before he just kind of sat still because he didn't really know where he was going.
Oh, baby, no, it'll be okay.
So of course, when I got the end off, he saw freedom and started running.
Hurry!
So I ended up chasing after him. He ran for quite a while. I was able to catch up with him. I think he just kind of tired out. And this time I ended up taking my sweater off. I put it around him just to avoid getting scratched anymore because he tore my hands up.
Damn, he cut you up really bad.
So actually here we ended up getting the multi-tool, and these things were unused, so the little center like wire cutter was brand new. It was sharp. I was able to cut the rim, which is the strongest part of the can. And then after I did that, I took the pliers and I kind of bent back where we had cut, starting to open up the can. So disclaimer, all the blood that you see is solely from me, not from him. It was from me trying to grab him and he would scratch me. I was concerned that he might have some lacerations from the can because I saw something on his neck earlier, but I think it was just whatever the contents of the can were. He didn't have any cuts on his head or neck or anything like that.
Just let him go, let him go. You're a hero. You just saved that cat's life. You need a first aid kit.
This one's deep.
Do you think it's gonna need stitches?
No. That's why we don't leave trash around.
I know.
You never know how it affects the wildlife around. Even though it was like a stray cat, I mean, it's still part of this ecosystem.
Poor thing. You must have been so scared. I've never opened the first aid kit before.
Band-aids are right there.
Oh, little ones or bigger ones? I would be a horrible nurse. Okay, where do you want this?
I'm gonna put this. Can you see any other scratches? Yeah, I don't think it got up there. I think that might be one. But I don't think that broke the skin.
You should still put Neosporin on it.
That was a rabbit at first.
I thought it was like a possum. Are you sure it doesn't have rabies?
I don't know.
Should we go to the hospital? I feel like if it had rabies, it would have been like,
Yeah.
like hissing and like.
Yes, a cat scratch can transmit rabies, but it's very rare. Only transmit if the scratch is accompanied by infected saliva.
Oh, well, it didn't bite you.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Alright, so earlier I'd opened the door and I actually saw something on the rock further away because there was like two crows like on the rock. And I didn't know what it was because it was like this white blob in the back. So when we were leaving, I was like, okay, let me see what that was when we're walking by it. And sure enough, it was a cat. So I feel bad now because it's like been there all day. But yeah, it was a cat and it had a can stuck on its head. And he scratched me up pretty good, but we were able to get the can off. He didn't really want to stick around. You know, these might be his neck of the woods, so he's probably comfortable being out here. If he comes back though, we'll give him some water and some food. Don't leave trash anywhere, because stuff like that happens.
You should name him Campbell. Campbell soup.
I had the bright idea of cutting the end of the can out, and that was not a very good idea because then he could see where he was going, so he just started running, so I had to chase after him. And I'm not in shape, so I don't know what else to say.
Good job.
Yeah. High five to us.
Well, you, I didn't really do anything.
It's fine though. We're a team. Anyway, we're gonna go back to our walk.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.